The year is 1834. A relentless wind whips across the desolate hill of Somerville, Massachusetts, its icy breath whispering secrets through the skeletal remains of the once mighty Ursuline convent. Charred timbers claw at the bruised sky, a testament to a night etched in fire and fury. This is no ordinary ruin, but a monument to the chilling power of religious hysteria, a story woven with threads of faith, fear, and a single, desperate act: the escape of Sister Mary John. Elizabeth Harrison, a young woman with eyes that held a quiet defiance, arrived at the convent years earlier. The austere walls, steeped in the rigid traditions of the Catholic faith, seemed an unlikely haven for her independent spirit. Yet she donned the starched white habit, her voice joining the haunting chorus of chants that echoed through the halls. A flicker of doubt, however, resided within her. Whispers about the convent, dismissed as mere Protestant prejudice, began to take root in Elizabeth's mind. Stories of hidden passages, echoing with the cries of forced converts, gnawed at her. Was this a sanctuary or a gilded cage? One moonless night, a figure, shrouded in a dark veil, slipped through the convent gates. Panic gripped the remaining nuns as the news spread. Sister Mary John had vanished. Had she been abducted by shadowy figures lurking within the convent walls, or had she, as the townsfolk suspected, finally seen the truth and fled? Elizabeth, now stripped of her religious identity, stumbled into Cambridge, a frantic tale spilling from her lips. A priest, she claimed, his eyes burning with a forbidden hunger, had harassed her, shattering the sacred vows she had taken. The townsfolk, their suspicions towards the convent already simmering, listened with rapt attention. The tale of the escaped nun, embellished with whispers and half-truths, became a rallying cry. Within the convent walls, a storm brewed. Sister Superior Agnes, her face etched with a desperate calmness, vehemently refuted Elizabeth's accusations. Sister Mary John, she declared, had succumbed to delusions, her mind fractured by the rigors of religious life and the strain of fervent prayer sessions. The townsfolk, however, were no longer in the mood for reason. The tale of the escaped nun, a spark igniting a dry tinderbox of animosity, had morphed into a terrifying narrative. Days turned into weeks, the tension thick enough to choke on. Then, one night as black as the secret some believed the convent harbored, a mob materialized on the hilltop. A monstrous entity fueled by righteous fury and flickering torches, they descended upon the unsuspecting nuns. The air crackled with screams and the splintering of wood as the mob, a battering ram of hatred, breached the convent walls. Inside, the nuns scrambled, their white habits stark against the encroaching darkness. Prayers, usually a source of solace, were swallowed by the cacophony of violence. Grotesque shadows danced on the walls, cast from the torches held aloft by the mob, further fueling their frenzy. Pianos, instruments of celestial hymns, were smashed to splinters. Stained glass windows, vibrant with the stories of saints and martyrs, shattered, raining down shards of colored glass like fallen stars. Sacred texts, filled with the words of God, were ripped to shreds, their parchment leaves scattered like fallen leaves in a violent wind. The air grew thick with the acrid stench of smoke as flames, like a malevolent spirit, licked at the heart of the convent. The nuns, their faces etched with terror, were forced to flee. Their sanctuary, a place of devotion and peace, had been desecrated. Their cries, filled with anguish and betrayal, echoed through the halls, a chilling counterpoint to the guttural roar of the fire. The search for justice, a hollow echo. The aftermath was a bitter symphony of blame and recrimination. The hunt for the perpetrators yielded little, their identities lost in the anonymity of the mob. Calls for retribution against the convent officials fell on deaf ears. The church's pleas for compensation were met with a deafening silence. The ruins of the convent stood for years, a grim monument to intolerance. The wind howled through the empty halls, carrying whispers of a story forever shrouded in mystery. Was Sister Mary John a victim or a pawn in a larger game? Was the convent a haven or a prison? The answers, like the smoke from the fire, had vanished into the thin air. Today the hilltop stands barren, the convent a memory etched in the minds of those who carry the weight of history. The wind, a restless spirit forever bound to the site, continues to howl its mournful song. On quiet nights, some claim to hear faint echoes of chanting the haunting remnants of the nuns' prayers. Others swear they see a solitary figure, cloaked in white, flitting through the skeletal remains of the convent, her sorrowful eyes filled with a yearning for a sanctuary she could never truly claim. Sister Agnes, the resolute leader of the convent, never fully recovered from the night of the fire. The weight of the accusations, the loss of her home, and the trauma inflicted upon her sisters gnawed at her soul. She retreated further into her faith, her prayers laced with a newfound desperation. On her deathbed, they say, she confessed a secret, a whisper so faint it barely disturbed the air. Some claim it was a confirmation of Eliza Beth's accusations, a chilling admission of wrongdoing within the convent walls. Others believe it was a desperate plea for forgiveness, a lament for the sins of the mob and the fracturing of a fragile peace. The truth, like Sister Agnes herself, has been consigned to the dust. What became of Eliza Beth, the woman who sparked the inferno? Some accounts claim she disappeared into the Protestant folds of Cambridge, forever haunted by the events she set in motion. Others believe she was ostracized by both sides, a pariah forever tethered to the night the convent burned. There are even whispers of a shadowy figure, cloaked in black, seen lurking on the outskirts of Somerville, a woman with a haunted gaze and a chilling resemblance to the escaped nun. Did Eliza Beth succumb to the very darkness she claimed to escape? Or did she become a silent observer, forever bound to the scene of her rebellion? The answer remains a mystery, another thread lost in the tapestry of this tragic tale. The destruction of the Ursuline convent left a deep wound on the soul of Somerville. It served as a stark reminder of the dangers of religious prejudice and the ease with which whispers can morph into a storm of violence. The mistrust between the Catholic and Protestant communities festered for generations, a chilling echo of the night the wind howled and the convent burned. Today, a modest stone marker stands on the barren hilltop, a silent testament to a forgotten tragedy. Tourists visit the site, their cameras capturing fleeting images of a bygone era. But for those who carry the weight of history, the wind still whispers the name of Sister Mary John, a haunting reminder of a night when faith crumbled and fear reigned supreme. The legend of the escaped nun, a chilling tapestry woven with threads of truth and speculation, serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the fragility of peace and the enduring power of a story, even when shrouded in the mists of time.